Alright, good morning. It's my last day of vacation, and we had to set the time forward. So it's actually 5 o'clock right now, when it's normally 4. So we kind of lose it an hour, I guess. Yeah. But I'm going to try surf fishing again today. I'm going to change my setup. I was using this before. I think they call this like the fish finder rig, but it's like a Carolina rig basically. But then I switch it to the normal Carolina rig. And to my leader, I'm gonna try a bigger bait, 2-inch bait that I made. And I wanted to use this style hook this time, those J hooks. Maybe the bait might stay on better. Or maybe I should start super gluing it on or something. But that's my setup for today. That's the 1-inch that I caught the other barred perch on. I wanted to make more baits too. I didn't put no flake or nothing in these. So I want to put like a flake in it and maybe even make it two-tone. And just maybe a few different other colors too. But yeah, let me get ready. Alright, so there's the two baits lined up together. You can see the size difference. I'm gonna try something a little bit bigger. And I want to see if I got a mold like this, but in a 2-inch. I think I might have a 3-inch, but I want to see about a 2-inch in this one. But yeah, try a little bit bigger bait. Alright, I wanted to tell you about this too, the reason why I'm changing it up. This is more if I want to keep the bait still. You know, this shape keeps it kind of anchored in the sand, so the bait doesn't move around much. But this style fishing that I'm doing, I'm slowly reeling it. Or actually, I should be reeling it in a little bit faster than I do. But that would prevent from this getting tangled up or making knots in the line. Retrieve it a little bit faster so it keeps this line straight the whole time, and the bait following the weight behind it. So I think this setup would be better for that, just for constant reeling. This is if you just want to let the bait sit there, if the current's too strong. So that's why I changed it up. Alright, hopefully it works out. I don't like this new time change. It's almost 7 o'clock and the sun's still not out yet. For us early morning people, yeah, it's kind of a late start now for us. But I'm almost there. Alright. Here's the location for today. I'll mark it next so you can find it later. But let me get ready to start casting. I only got about an hour right here. Alright, let's try this guy. chip on this pole. Now one of the guides fell off. See it? The guide broke off. Dang.
I just moved over a little bit. Let's try right here. Water's coming up kind of high.
Nothing yet. I'm gonna try to sandworm the Berkeley.
Scoot over a little bit.
Water's coming up high now.
nothing. I think I'm gonna try a different beach. So you probably don't want to know where this spot is anyway. Yeah, let me go try a little bit more down south. Well, I got about an hour at this spot. I found a free parking spot till 9 o'clock. So I'll be here, try it right here. A little bit south from where I was just at. Man, the water's coming up so far now. Seems like wherever I go, it starts coming up so high. Let's try right here. Ah. Well, I had enough fun today, as you can see. I think I'm gonna go already. I had enough. My shoulder's getting sore again from casting so much. I gotta put some castor oil on there. But okay, that's it. All right, I just got home. Looks like I might need to start shopping for a new pole.
that eyelid broke off. I just fixed that one too. I just fixed the tip. And now that thing broke. But this is an old pole. I caught a ton of fish on this pole. This has been a good pole to me. It was actually given to me by one of my friends. And yeah, I think I might have to start searching for a new one though. I wonder if they still make this pole. Daiwa Eliminator. That's what it is. Here's the specs. 9 foot, medium light. I need my glasses, but is that quarter to ½ ounce, and 8 pound to 14 pound line. I think it's considered like a steelhead rod. The tip is real whippy. It's got a little length to it. This is what I was throwing the Lucky Craft on. I might be in search of 2 new poles. One for the Lucky Craft and then one for the Carolina rig pole. Or the Fish Finder rig pole. It's crazy to think that I need 2 new poles. Because you guys see I have probably 100 poles. But nothing in these specs. I really like this pole. I need to get 2 more like that. I noticed a lot of the guys are using like 10-foot poles now. So I might be looking at those. This pole is just the pole I got for the kayak. And it's just a cheap pole I got from Big 5. But it's good enough for the surf. But, you know, especially like today, where the water's coming up so high, you wanna be able to throw it out a little bit more further out, a little more distance, and I couldn't get it that far out there with this pole. So if I had a 10-footer and you know all the correct line and everything, I'm sure you know you could blast it way out there. But yeah, it was pretty rough today. And well, like I said, you could pretty much use anything for surf fishing, but if you really want to get into it, yeah, you probably want to get the poles specifically for it. I just had another thought about the correct specific poles to use. Since this pole, you know, is a little bit harder to get out there, I had to use extra hard force, so my shoulder's killing me now, and I have a bad shoulder. And you know, I think it wears you out a lot faster. So if you had the right pole, it would be a lot less, you know, physical, I guess. A lot easier to get it out there with less effort. And I was just thinking too about that time change today. It kind of screwed me up. Well, actually, the time change was yesterday, but yeah, it screwed me up for today because sun comes up an hour later. I could have been fishing at 6, but I had to go start at 7. And the parking lot, the meter started at 8 o'clock, so I wasn't sure if I should put money in or not. So I just stayed there for an hour. And then I was gonna put money in a meter if it was good, or just leave to a different spot. But if I had the bike, you know, in that short amount of time, I could probably get at least 30 more casts in. If I had the bike instead of walking up and down the beach into my car, to and from my car, I probably could have got at least 30, maybe even 50 more casts in. But I don't know if my shoulder could handle that. But you know what I mean? You save a lot more fishing time if you could just ride straight there. And it's funny too, when I left the first time, I was just gonna go home already. But just so happens I seen a free parking spot on the streets. So I was like, oh, let me you know, park there. And when I checked the parking, that parking spot, you had to leave by 9 o'clock. So that means I just had another hour to fish. So I just said, oh, forget it. I parked there and I just fished for 1 more hour. But you know, if I had the bike, there's a lot more cash you can get in. So I gotta get this going. And probably the next time I go surf fishing will be on the bike. And hopefully I get some new poles in too. I gotta start shopping for those right now, actually. I can't wait to get tuning poles. But alright, I'll leave you at that. It was a beautiful day though. And I gotta start bringing my surfboard and bodyboard because it looked pretty fun out there.